Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit longer because I have a lot of exciting things to share. So go get yourself something to drink, get comfortable, and I want to share with you all the wonderful things that happened to me at StampFest 2025. I used to do scrapbooking and stamping in the 1900s, and I haven't done a lot of it in the last 25 years because I've been busy knitting, crocheting, and sewing, and also zentangling. So I haven't really had my stamps and inks and embossing powders out for decades. So I came across this event, I think on Facebook. I recently started going back on Facebook after an absence of 5 years, and I came across this event called StampFest. And I thought, well, what the heck? I'm just gonna sign up and go. I got excited. First, I wanna share the website so I don't forget, stampfest.com. And the theme for the one I went to is called Shark Weekend, Shop and Crop. And I had a blast. It was their 30th anniversary. They started 30 years ago in 1995, and that was about the same time that I started scrapping in the mid-90s when I lived in New Hampshire, and I moved away from New Hampshire in 1999. And I did a little bit when I first moved to Cape Cod, but not much. So it's literally been 25 years, and I honestly haven't done a lot of it since the 1900s. So I'm gonna share with you all of the things that I made and all of the things that I bought and a lot of my wonderful experiences. I had the best time. I wanna begin by congratulating the organizers, and it was a whole family event. Everybody helped, and they did a great job. So organized and so nice. I was the pain in the butt that went up to the desk like 10 times with a question, or can I do this, or can you help me do that? And everyone was so kind, especially shout out to Janet at the front desk, who was so nice. When I say the front desk, I mean the check-in part of the event was held at the RP Funding Center in Lakeland, Florida. I've never been to Lakeland. I just got in my little Jeep and drove down there by myself. My aunt says, who are you going with? I said, I'm not going with anyone. Well, who are you gonna know? I said, I tell you, by the time I leave, I'm gonna have all kinds of new friends. So I wanna give a special shout out to my new scrapping bestie, Rhonda. And you know when you meet people and you just immediately make a connection? Well, that's how it was with her. And she was across from me on my table, and we got to know each other really well. And we had a great time together. So, and I also wanted to give a personal thank you for helping me with a personal thing we talked about. So thank you, girl. And I can't wait to see you next year. We're already planning. I'm already going back next year. In fact, there's a Stamp Fest event coming up in October, Spooky Spectacular. And there's one in February called Galentine's. And so we were thinking about double dating with our men, because my husband actually wanted to come. He says, I like scrapbooking. I had to tell him 1 to a table, okay? Which sounds a little bit mean, but he probably would have enjoyed it. So maybe I'll bring him next time. So the event was called StampFest Shark Weekend. It happened June 27, 28, 29 in Lakeland, Florida at the RP Funding Center. One of my concerns was I signed up really late. I only found out about it in May. And so was it sold out? The hotel was sold out, so I had to stay at a different place, and I was able to sign up for the weekend. I'm trying to remember if I was on a wait list for that or not. But in any case, I signed up sort of at the last minute, and I wasn't able to get into the hotel that was adjacent to the RP Funding Center where they had a block of rooms. I was just too late. So I stayed 3 miles away hold on, I want to tell you where I stayed. At the Hampton Inn and Suites, Lakeland. And it was in a place called Lakeside Village. It was awesome because there were hotels, restaurants, and shopping. And so when I drove back to my hotel, both days I want to give a shout out to the restaurant, the Fish City Grill. I went there the first day by myself and had this amazing Cobb salad with shrimp and a drink. And then the next day I went back with my new friend Rhonda, and we both got the same thing again. So that was great. And one of my concerns with not staying on the campus, if you will, was that if I had to leave to go do something and come back, would I have to pay for parking again? And I want to tell you, the parking was free all weekend. It was included in my StampFest ticket. So that was no big deal. Like, you want to leave and go get something to eat. And oh, we parked so close. It was right there outside the door, very convenient. So I could leave and go get something to eat, come back. If I needed to go to my room, which I didn't, during the day you could. And it only took me less than 10 minutes to get from where I stayed to the event. So that worked out just fine. So if you don't end up getting into the hotel that's nearby, it's gonna be okay. So the RP Funding Center was great. It was very nice. There was other events going on. There was a coin collecting show going on. So I went in there and I got something for my honey. And Miss Florida was going on. I think it was Miss Teen Florida. So there was all kinds of people milling about, dressed up with the hair and makeup for that event. So this place is large enough to host more than one big event at a time. So let's see, where to begin? I didn't know what to expect when I got there, and they have long tables. Everybody gets a 6-foot table, and there's rows of tables, and that's how I met my friend right across from me, and the two ladies next to her, Danielle and Karen. They were awesome, and then Kathy down the way, oh, and Kelly, and then the two ladies over here, Leanne and her friends. So we all got to be really good friends over the weekend, and we're all keeping in touch, and we're all gonna sit together again next year. But I don't want to become cliquey. If there's new people that want to sit with us, just come on in, because I was new and alone, and now I have all these new friends. It was wonderful. So I want to start by showing you the things that the organizers had for us. Don't worry, I'm not giving everything away. You still have to come and check it out yourself, okay? But I want to tell you all the things that impressed me. So I ordered my t-shirt ahead of time. You can see I modified mine. And I put beads on it. The first night I got there, I did the beads, and I finished it in the morning. So at our table, everybody had a bucket, because it was, beach theme, and it was full of snacks and water. That was really nice, okay? Because, you get hungry, and you don't want to stop and eat once you get in the middle of your project. So that was really nice. These are a few, it was shark themed. So here's a little prize that I won. Because there was a shark under my seat, I think. Oh, this, I actually hula hooped for about 3 seconds, and wait, look how cute. This is gonna go in my Jeep, because if you're a Jeep person, you know how you collect those little ducks? Oh my gosh, how fun. Okay, and every day you could enter into raffles. And so I just wanna show you my raffle prize. I won't tell you what all the prizes were, just what mine is. And I picked the things that I knew I could use, and look how cute this is. It's an organizer, and you notice it's slanted for your pens so that you can access all your pens. And I got a little sharky thing, and I got some jaws. They're actually shark fin or shark tooth shaped mints. My husband was very excited. He's gonna be stealing this, okay? So this was only one of many prizes that people could enter to win for free. You got the tickets as part of your entry fee. So that was a really fun thing. And another thing they had was a contest for the shark theme. Okay, they gave us some paper and they gave us some cutouts. Mine's a little unusual because mine's more like a collage than a scrapbook page. I did Shark Party. I brought with me a shark book that I cut up, and I got all these nice images. So this is my page. I didn't win, but I still love it. And there were some really creative ones, just ideas I hadn't even seen before. So that was really nice. At the Make and Take Friday night, whoops, sorry, I bumped it. So a Make and Take is where, I think there were 10 different vendors. So, okay, so there's the cropping and then there's the shopping. So there's a big room with all the tables set up, and people, you wouldn't believe how much stuff people brought. I brought way too much stuff. I only had one suitcase and a big backpack, and that was minimal. People were rolling in totes. And there was a table decorating contest. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. So that was the crop part. And then in the adjacent room was the shopping part. So these are all mom and pop shops. These are not big corporations. So all the mom and pop shops which are really nice because one of the reasons I stopped scrapbooking on Cape Cod is because the local scrapbook store closed. And I didn't really have a resource. And then when there's no classes to go to and you're kind of on your own, that's when I just stopped doing it and got more into yarn. So it was so nice to know that there are still scrapbooking stores and that they're awesome. And there's so many new things that have come out since I did it 25 years ago. So on Friday night, they have what's called Make and Take. So the vendors will put together a project that highlights some of their products and also maybe a technique, and you can buy the things to do that technique. So Friday night was, I didn't get in on it at first, okay? I was on a waiting list, and so this is my shout out to Janet, who texted me and found me, and somebody wasn't able to come, so there was a spot, and I got into the Make and Take where there were 10 tables, and I'm gonna show you the Make and Takes that I made, and also the products that I ended up buying from the people who did the Make and Take. So one of the other things that the organizers gave, this was a consolation prize. It's a pack of paper that's really nice. Oh, and there was a table of free stuff. Now, if I had known, people were giving things away. Okay, so this matches something I got on the giveaway table. I'll show you later. So we got a free pack of paper as a consolation prize if you didn't win a big prize at the Make and Take. Okay, so these are not gonna be in any particular order, and I'm gonna have to move the camera a little bit so that I can start to show you all my stuff. Meantime, I am on the dining room table because my craft room is a mess. Okay, so I'm gonna start with Bow Q Creations. Okay, so one of the things I saw was this. Oh, where's the Make and Take? Well, this was one of the things we made. How cute is that? And these, of course, are custom because it says Scrapbooker StampFest 2025. Isn't that adorable? It's meant to be a keychain, but I'm going to put a ribbon on mine, and it's going to be a Christmas ornament. And so with this, when we colored this in, I don't know if you can see how great that looks. It's a magic marker that's acrylic paint. I was like, what? I've never heard of that before. So I bought a set. Okay. Oh, yes. Well, look at them all. I got the 48 count set. Hold on, let me get that out of the way. Okay, so these are markers, but they paint, what comes out of them is acrylic paint. Have you ever heard of such a wonderful thing? Oh my gosh. So, of course, I had to buy those. And this was just one example. You can use them on fabric. Any place you can use acrylic paint. So I bought those from Bow Q Creations. And I also had seen ahead of time this beautiful beach paper. Oh my goodness. And I was kind of obsessing over it. So at the Make and Take, I said to, oh my gosh, what's her name? I want to say Joann. I said, oh my gosh, I'm worried that you're gonna run out of the beach paper tomorrow. And she said, I probably will. I said, can I buy it tonight? Yes. She said, do you want the big or the small? And I said, both. So I got the big and the small. You can see, so look how beautiful those are. And she had the most amazing projects that people had made. Wow, very inspiring. I also bought these are called card fronts. Okay, beautiful. That goes with it. I also bought the coordinating cardstock to do stuff with. Wait, I'm not done. I also got the 2 ink pads, Distress Oxide, which I learned today is water-based, because today I watched a live Facebook event. I also, these are the wooden cutout things. There, you can see them. And you can color these with the acrylic markers to go with all the beach things. And then I also got the lanterns, which are gonna look really cool with the beach thing behind it. And then look at this mason jar shaker. Okay, so I'm gonna put sand in that and then have a beach picture behind it. So I kind of tweaked out over on her stand. Okay, so, and they're in Oviedo. I don't know if I'm saying it right. You know, I'm pretty new to Florida, so this is where I got it all. Beautiful, beautiful, okay? So while I'm here, I wanted to show you, oh, the make and take was a sea turtle that was wooden like this that we painted, and it's one of the, I have it somewhere, I just don't know where it is right at this moment. So this is the thing that I started to put, it's just a collage, it's not done yet, you know, it's in its ugly face, but I took one of the beach papers and tore it up, and I got some crackle paste, I'll get to that in a little bit, from Stampers Anonymous, and my gold dauber. So that was one of the projects I started. So that was my haul from BoQ Creations. Okay, so thank you for having beautiful things. Now, while I was tweaking out on the beach theme, here's another vendor. It's called Scrapbooking with Debbie, and I'll hold it up here so that you can see her website. Okay, oh, it's from New Jersey. God bless you, I'm from New Jersey. So I picked this beach themed spread, and it comes here with all the parts to make these 2 pages, and I thought, well, I could deconstruct it and use it in, and there's some paper, use it in conjunction with all my beach things. Okay, so that was from Scrapbooking with Debbie. So, okay, now, when I went to one of the make and takes, they said to bring your glue and your scissors. Okay, I had Elmer's glue stick. What was the other kind of glue stick? Archival glue stick, a hot glue gun, E6000, super glue, spray adhesive, and liquid matte medium. 7 kinds of adhesive, but you know what? I didn't have the craft glue, and everybody had this special craft glue, and then they had a holder to hold their glue thing upside down. Let me just show you. Okay, so let me back up a little bit before I show you what I bought from them. Pajama Crafter Stamps was another place, and this was their make and take, which was a cute dinosaur card. So we stenciled this and we layered it and glued those things on. This is where you needed glue, and put on these cute embellishments. So during the shopping phase, I went and I bought glue. So here's the glue that I bought. And I think what's special about the crafter's glue is it doesn't make your paper so wrinkly, and it also dries quickly. Okay, so I got this, and it comes with a bunch of different tips. Okay, so people, I'm not gonna do it right now, but people put on their needle tip so you can get very precise. And then, look at this, look how cute this is. Okay, they made it themselves. And you're thinking, oh, that's cute, what is it? Well, I'll tell you what it is. When you have your glue and you have the needle tip on and you don't want it to dry out, you go like this. And it sits in there, and there's something in the bottom that the tip will rest on, and it keeps the glue from rushing out of your bottle. And if you notice this little heart, this is a magnet. So all of the glue, people with their glue, they take their big pin, hold on. There's a pin that you stick into the needle tip to keep it from drying out and getting clogged up. So, or then when this pin comes out, this is actually a needle, well, I call it a needle minder with sewing. Look at that, it's a little magnet so that you don't lose it. So this keeps your glue, and the reason that you keep it upside down is that as you're working, you just pick it up, put it back in. Because otherwise, if you keep turning it upside down, you have to squeeze it, and then the glue blobs out. So it's very convenient. So I got the glue, and I got my cute cupcake holder. So that's what I got from Pajama Crafters. Let me just throw these things back in here so I don't lose anything. And you got 3 different tips. Oh, wow, look at that one's really tiny. Oops. Okay, so a bunch of different tips for different amounts of glue rushing out at the same time. Okay, so that was Pajama Crafters. Moving on. Okay, over here, this was a Stampin' Up lady. I still have Stampin' Up sets from the turn of the century. God, I sound old saying that. So Stampin' Up has been around a long time, and the lady's name is Jennifer Hill, and it's One Crafty Sister is her business. Hopefully I'm saying all of these things right. So when I was in the shopping part, I haven't even opened this little bag of goodies, and here's all little parts and and sayings, and this was stamped and cut out. So when I gave her my email to join her email list, I got a present. Okay, and here's one. I hope I'm saying this right, that this wasn't the other person, because there was Stamping Up and Creative Memories, and I might be mixing them up. So if I am, please forgive me. But this was a cute make and take we made. Okay, so this is die cut, and this also, the shape is die cut. Look how cute. It's like a little matchbook, and you can hide your candy in there. Yeah. No, Matt hasn't eaten it yet. Okay, so that was another cute make and take. All right, going around the table. Okay, now, oh, I did a class. There's also classes you can take. Here's a picture of the journal I made. I actually already gave my journal away, so I don't have it to show you. But what we did with this is that you learn how to craft with the napkins. Oh my gosh, I just remembered another one of my things. So you peel the napkin layers apart and you put it on something. Wait, I just remembered another make and take. Hold on. It's over here on the table. I had it out yesterday when I had company, so that if you needed a coaster, look at this. Holy cow. Look how cute this is. Okay. This was another make and take. Oh, I have a few air bubbles. So this is also another one where you take the napkin, spread your matte medium, and you put it on there, and then I added glitter to mine. I don't know if you can see it in this light. Okay, so that was napkin crafting. That was new to me. So there's napkin clubs, and there was a vendor there selling fancy napkins, so you can cut the image out. Look how pretty that is, and put them on mostly anything. So I forgot to mention that that was by Creative Creations. Okay, this was a really nice lady who did the class with us. She's traveling in her camper with her whole family. God bless you. So that was a class I took. And then I don't think this was the same company, but it was the same idea with the napkins. Look how good that looks. Okay, so that was another make and take. All right, moving around the table. Now, oh, okay, this lady was so nice. I was really excited about this because I do Bible journaling, and I wanted to show you. This is called Creative Worship Stamps. And here's her card, Corinne Sutherland, and what a nice lady. And I got to meet her, and I got to show her my Bible that I've been Bible journaling in, and that I would be using all her stamps in. So I think it was buy 5, get 1 free. So I got a lot. I'm gonna save that one for last. Look how cute this is with the moths. Now they're not all religious, but this is a really cute one. I love that. Okay, with the moth and the mushrooms. This is one of her designs. Okay, so these are some Christmas sayings. Joy to the world, the Savior's born when they saw the star. And this is going to go with these silhouettes. Look at this. Oh, I'm gonna make the most beautiful Christmas cards with these. Okay, and these, as you can see, these are her designs. Isn't that nice? So those two go together. And then I also, oh, okay, I got this. I thought this beach grass, these would be good to go with my beach themed things that I already got. Okay, and then I thought this was really cool. It says all the books of the Bible and numbers so that you can do your Bible quotes. So excited. And then the final one I wanted to show you was this. The 2 butterflies, and I already came home and stamped them on my watercolor paper, and I'm just experimenting. This is just me with my watercolors, drinking my coffee first thing in the morning, just practicing with them. And I think I gave one to her as a gift and wrote a little thank you on the back. Thank you for all your beautiful designs. Okay, so that was from Creative Worship Stamps. Wonderful. Okay, going around the table. Now I'm gonna get to Creek Bank, was it Creek Bank Creations? Creek Bank Creations, okay. I went down the rabbit hole and I bought myself a die cutting machine when I got home from this weekend. Hold on, I'm just gonna turn a little bit so I can keep going around the table. There we go. Okay, so this was a make and take that they had. How cute is that? Look how nice everything is. Okay, this is what the die cutting machines can do. They can, look how, I could never cut that out myself. So this is, it stands up. And I'm sending it to my trouble twin, my cousin Jill. So we put 60 because we're turning 60 this summer. She just doesn't watch my YouTube channel, so she doesn't know it's coming. And this whole thing, they have a die set that cuts all of these parts out. I think they call it a sidewalk sign. Okay, so that was, and then at the Creek Bank Creations stand, once I had told myself I was going to get a die cutting machine, I did get some dies. So I got some basic shapes for card making, and another one, and a cute, oh, this was so cute, this basket that's woven. I don't know if you can see it in this light. There you go. So it's actually 2 different pieces, and then you end up weaving it together, so it's 3D. And if you notice in the picture here, it shows some stuff in the basket. Well, I also got this. These are the parts, things, these are made to go in the basket. Easter, Christmas, spring, fall, and a gift. Okay, so I got all the parts to go in there. So that was Creek Bank Creations, and I think they had buy 3, get 1 free. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they did. Okay, now, and okay, another make and take was from Tesla Crafts. Okay, so I actually didn't do mine. If this paper is embossed, this is another thing I can do with the machine I bought. Can you see it's 3D? And what they had us doing was these little finger daubers with ink, and you rub it on and you color it in. And I knew I wasn't gonna have time to do mine perfectly, so I was saving it till I got home. But the next day at their booth, they did have a make and take, and this is what it looks like when I made it. Okay, you can see the paper's embossed, and I didn't make this. You can see that this is where you rub, this was pearly ink. I don't know if you can tell in this light, pearlescent ink, and that's how you decorate the 3D part. And then this flower, see how that's popped? Okay, isn't that fun? I thought, wow, that's terrific. So at her booth, I bought, this is Tesla Crafts. I bought this pack of 3-dimensional 3D toppers. They're called glitter paint, 10 designs, and there's all the different designs. So those are gonna be really cute on the top of a card. And then what I did when I got back to my table, I think I put the glossy elements, which I'm gonna get to in a minute. So also at her table, she had the spray glitter, because I just don't really like glitter. It's just, I like glittery things, and I did this as a way to, you can just spray it onto stuff. So I got 2 sprayers, and this is like a bingo dauber. Okay, so I got silver sparkle, oh, and I got gold. Okay, so the gold dauber, that's what I did on here. If you, I don't know if you can see in this light. There, you can see it. On top of my crackle paint, I daubed it with gold. So you have more control with the dauber. There you can see a dot I made with it. So you can color things in or just dot it around. So from Tesla, I got the card toppers and the spritzers and the daubers. Okay, I'm gonna save this till I come around the corner. Okay, moving right along. Hold on, do I have to turn the camera a little bit so you can see the corner? Okay. Now over here, I'm gonna start going from this side of the table. Here was another make and take, and I'm so sorry, I can't remember who did this one. So sorry, but it's a cool way to use the acetate, the plastic stuff, and you layer it, and the lighthouse is a die cut. Okay, because like I said, I could never cut that stuff out myself. So that was a really nice card, and I'm sorry I can't remember who it was. Okay, so over here, okay, at Stampers Anonymous, that was the place. Here's the, okay. So this is one of the booths, Stampers Anonymous. They're from Cleveland, Ohio. And there I went to go get the crackle. So I got Ranger Distress Crackle Paste, which I just showed you. Now, you could mix this with paint and make it colored crackle. Okay, so I just got the white so that you could mix it with anything. They did have different colors, and they did have a grit. Okay, this is where I got the glossy accents. And the glossy accents is what, it's a little hard to see on here, but it makes it really shiny. It looks wet and it looks 3D. In the olden days, we had to get a clear like Versamark pad and put clear embossing powder and heat it up to get this look. So once I saw how great this worked, this one was only $2.50. I went back the next day and I said, you know what? I need another one. So I got a bigger one, and you can refill your little bottle because it has a smaller tip, or use this one. And then while I was in their booth, I love art journaling, and I did not know, who is it, Ranger? Is it the Dina Wakley journal? I already ripped the front off. And you can see I already started. Here's where I did the texture paste, and you can see that I mixed paint in with it. So there's my blue texture. I started decorating the cover a little bit. What makes this journal really fun, oh my gosh, and why I bought it, is it's actually a planner. Monday through Friday. And it has have some pages that are already decorated, which, okay, so I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna start using it next week. Okay, because I'm going back to work next week, and I'm going to use it, and it has enough pages to do a whole year. Okay, so there's my journal that I got at Stampers Anonymous. Okay, so that's what I bought there. Okay, and then, okay, this booth is called, where is it? Lost Coast Design and Carmen's Veranda. So they had a whole table full of clear stamps that have sayings on them. Okay, and a lot of them were naughty, which was fun and had some swear words, but I picked one that didn't have swear words, and I got a cute eyeglass stamp. So this says, tired of trying to cram her sparkly star-shaped self into society's beige square holes, she chose to embrace her ridiculous awesomeness and shine like the freaking supernova she was meant to be. So that's a cute acrylic stamp, and I got these. I thought, now this would be cute because I'm still stuck on the beach theme. You could stamp this and then cut out the eyeballs, and then you could be looking, having a beach scene through the glasses. Or you could do really colorful, eclectic ones and do them together with this. So that was Carmen's Veranda and Lost Coast Design. Okay, another make and take from the night before was from Eureka. And we did this cool thing where you have this, hold on, let me show you. Look how nice that looks. So under here is a sparkly sheet that peels back and it's sticky. And then you take this acetate and you put it right on top of it. And it looks so nice. I don't know if this is really doing it justice. I feel like this is a dark video. Okay, maybe if I close this, it'll help. So I thought that was so nice, and I actually made a mistake and I put mine on backwards. Maybe this will make it easier to see. And the lady was really nice and gave me another one. So here's mine. That's what I mean by backwards is I don't have the shiny side up. But I thought those were lovely, so I actually bought some kits from them because it's an easy way to make cards. So I got so this is the acetate, and then behind it is the sparkly. Okay, so that's that combo, but then they have full kits. Oh, and they also gave us, I didn't do these yet, but all these embellishing stickers where you can put corners on it, and some of them have sayings. So this kit, look how cute that is with the whimsical owls. Can you see them, how cute they are? Okay, so it comes with the mats, it comes with the cards, it comes with the envelopes, and then you can see here, I don't know if you can see, but it comes with the sentiments. Happy birthday for someone special. So this is a whole kit that makes 12 cards. So I got that kit. I also got the same one as the one that I made. I thought this was a really cute scene. So I got that kit, and that makes 4 cards. And then I already showed you the butterfly. Oh, and then I even went ahead and just got the glitter film because I do like glitter. So this is a glitter film, and you peel it back and you stick something clear on it. And I'd never seen that. So that I got that from Eureka, and their website is, hold on, stamponit.net. Show you that so you can see the website. Okay, great. Okay, now I'm going to go to, okay, here was another one. Crafts by Kathleen. So her make and take was this really pretty card. I made a mistake on mine. See how it's all torn? That's not how everybody else had it. They had this fancy